Picture this, 6:12 a.m., Montana frost biting the air, my coffee still warm enough to fog the mug, and red-blue lights painting my garage door like some cheap horror flick. There she stood on the sidewalk, Meredith Price, HOA vice chair, robe cinched tight like body armor, arms folded, that Botox smirk screaming, "I've already won." She jabbed a manicured finger straight at me. "Officer, I pay your taxes. Do something about this eyesore." That wasn't about my truck. That was about power, the kind that hides behind community standards and bake sale smiles until it decides your life needs fixing. I'm Ryan Kessler, retired Army major, 22 years logistics, the guy who moved mountains of gear across sandstorms and never once lost a convoy. After all that, my wife Mia and I just wanted quiet in Ridgeview Pines, these foothills outside Bozeman where the pines whisper and the mountains stand guard. 2 acres, my black F-250 on its own pad, American flag snapping clean at dusk. 8 weeks of peace. Then Meredith unpacked her clipboard and declared war on anything that didn't match her Pinterest board of tranquility. The first yellow notice appeared taped to my windshield like a parking ticket from hell. Heavy vehicles must be screened from public view to preserve neighborhood aesthetics. My truck weighs 7,800 pounds, perfect for hauling gear to my new contracting gig. I peeled it off, chuckled, and stuck it on the fridge. Mia glanced over while pouring her tea. That woman's not a neighbor. She's a warden. I shrugged. Maybe she just needs a real hobby instead of playing dictator in yoga pants. She didn't. By week 2 the notes multiplied. Driveway shall evoke serenity, not utility. Oversized equipment disrupts harmony. I did what the Army taught, gather intel. Pulled county code on my laptop at 0500. Turns out our private driveways sit outside HOA jurisdiction entirely. Printed it, highlighted the line in neon yellow, left it on my porch table like bait. Evening patrol, heels clicking like a metronome of misery. Meredith stopped, squinted, then forced that tight smile. "We all have rules, Major. The difference is who enforces them." I smiled back, calm as a briefing. "Ma'am, I enforced rules in places where breaking them got people killed. These are just paper bullets." That's when the real campaign started. Code enforcement truck rolling up unannounced. Anonymous tip about unpermitted grading. The inspector walked my flat lawn side and muttered, "This is the 3rd bogus call from your block this month." He handed me his card. "Keep this. Repeat offenders get flagged." Meredith watched from across the street, clipboard glowing in the sunset like a victory flag. "Busy morning," she called sweetly. I waved. "Productive. Turns out your complaint was as solid as your manners." Then she went low. One Tuesday my phone buzzed, Mia's hospital. Some concerned citizen claimed she'd shown up drunk for her ER shift, described her car, her badge, everything. Mia passed the breathalyzer with 0.0 and came home red-eyed but steel-spined. She went after my job, Ryan. Because our truck offends her aesthetic. I poured her chamomile, voice low. Paperwork wins wars. Time to build the thickest file she's ever seen. I logged every note, timestamp, email. Requested HOA financials, public record for nonprofits. There it was, $14,200 in consulting services to Price Partners LLC, her husband's shell company. No board vote, no invoices, just neat little transfers labeled community enhancement. Classic. She preached transparency at every meeting while skimming the cookie jar fund for her kitchen remodel. Neighbors started whispering. Old Mr. Donnelly from 3 doors down slipped me a coffee and said, "She ran off the last family over their trampoline." Called it a visual pollutant. I smiled. This time the pollutant's getting audited. I printed timelines, made binders, collected 12 signatures for a special meeting. Meredith's Facebook group, Protect Ridgeview Values, exploded with posts calling me a bully in uniform. I screenshot every one, traced the IP, saved it all. Patience isn't weakness. It's a loaded magazine. The night before the meeting she left 4 roofing nails under my tires. Slow leak at 2 a.m., security cam catching her silhouette in a raincoat, cigarette glowing like a confession. I bagged the nails, added another entry. Deputy Ramirez showed up, read my log, and whistled. Ladies writing her own indictment. Thursday evening, community center packed. Folding chairs scraping, burnt coffee smell thick. Meredith at the podium in pearls and power suit, voice dripping honey. "We've built something beautiful here, standards, harmony. Now one resident thinks his service gives him a free pass to ruin it." Heads turned. She didn't say my name. Didn't have to. I walked up slow, box of binders under my arm. No yelling. Just facts. Projector clicked on. Timeline lit the wall. June 12th. False report to my wife's hospital, proven bogus. Slide. July 3rd. Code enforcement wasted on nothing. Slide. September 18th. $14. 200 in undocumented payments to a company owned by our vice chair's husband. Gasps rippled. I played the security clip, her silhouette clear as day. And this is the woman who slashed my tires while preaching civility. Meredith's face went purple. She snatched the mic. This is harassment. You're all being manipulated by this tyrant. The room froze. Then someone pointed at the bylaws poster she herself had framed on the wall. Section 4.2. Respectful discourse required at all meetings. Violations result in immediate censure. Her own rule. On record. Mic still hot. The vote was brutal. Hands shot up like a wave. Recall passed 38-4. Meredith stood there, mouth open, pearls suddenly looking cheap. She grabbed her purse, hissed, "You'll regret this," and stormed out. Her husband trailed like a kicked dog. Door slammed. Applause erupted, real, raw, relieved. 3 weeks later the new board dissolved every petty fine she'd ever pushed. Rules stayed, but the tone changed. No more aesthetic police. First community barbecue in a year. Ribs smoking, kids chasing fireflies under the pines, my truck parked proud in plain sight. Mia leaned into me, lemonade in hand. Peace tastes better when it's earned. Old Mr. Donnelly raised his beer. To the man who reminded us a clipboard doesn't make you king. I looked across the street at her dark windows. No more patrols. No more notes. Just quiet pines and mountains that don't care about bylaws. I learned something that day. The loudest tyrants aren't the ones with guns or ranks. They're the ones with rules they never follow themselves. Dignity doesn't shout. It just stands there, truck and all, until the paper castle collapses under its own weight. True or false? The real power abuser was never the guy with the truck. It was the woman hiding behind community standards until her own rules dragged her down. Who's the actual Karen in your neighborhood? Drop your story below. I read every single one. And tell me, where are you watching from when the clipboard finally snaps?